Gentlemen, thank you, thank you. Thanks both for being here. So first off, I'm Steph Lone. I am the global leader here for media and entertainment solution architecture. I've been with the company now for about 18 months, and I came actually from Paramount, so I was a former customer as well. So I'm really excited today to be with two existing customers with AWS, and so Dave and Martin, and so I'm going to ask each of you just talk very quickly. Dave, why don't you tell everybody about what you cover your role at Sky, and then Martin, I'll have you talk a bit about BCE and what you do there as well. So Dave, I'll start with you.
Yeah, sure. So everyone can see my job title. It's one of the industry's longest. And I'm responsible for glass-to-glass engineering at Sky. So that's effectively taking things from the camera lens all the way through our workflows and delivering those video experiences to our customers. So play out, production, all our non-linear content workflows.
Awesome. All right, Martin, we've got an audience here that is probably fully international. A lot of people here in Europe probably know what BCE is, but why don't you share what BCE and what they do for the rest of the audience?
Happy to refresh the minds of the people that may not know yet BCE. So BCE is part of RTL Group. We are a media service provider supporting RTL Group across Europe, but not only, going beyond our mother company. We support any broadcast-oriented or media-oriented business in various regions, mainly in Europe, France, Luxembourg, Belgium. We have just opened an office in Germany. We have activities in Hungary, Croatia, and supporting some African-based broadcasters as well.
Awesome, awesome. All right, well, great. So what I love about this panel here is you guys are both very much so in different stages of your journey. So I think this will be very interesting. So Martin, I'm going to start with you because you're kind of in that first evolution, that first stage of your journey by launching one of your first products to market, which is Holovox, right? Yeah. So I would love for you to tell the audience, and Holovox can be seen at your booth, so a little plug here for going to see your booth here at IBC, but can you tell everybody what a Holovox is, and then why did you make the decision that was kind of the first cloud product in the cloud and first part of your journey?
So with the full management team of BCE at the beginning of this year, we have decided to restart our strategy and to develop a product-oriented approach by launching this media as a service product, which will include in the next 2 to 3 years all the services that we provide today to our customers, but services that will be much faster to be deployed, much easier to be deployed, fully industrialized, and really customer-driven, customer-oriented, with a very strong product mindset. And this is what the cloud and AWS support us to accelerate in that new strategy.
Got it. And Holovox itself, what does that do for the customer?
Thank you for reminding me the question. So Holovox is our first product that we are launching this weekend at IBC. It's a remote voiceover product that we launched already a few years ago, pretty successful with our sport broadcasters that were using it already on our on-prem infrastructure. BCE has 3 data centers across Luxembourg, so we are based in Luxembourg, with a very strong on-prem IT expertise. And this is how Holovox has been working so far. But you can imagine all the challenges we had in the past in terms of, again, onboarding new customers, scaling the business, scaling the product. And when we decided at the beginning of the year to embrace this product approach, to scale it, supporting our sales team by offering something a product that can be very quickly deployed, very quickly offered to our customers. This is why we chose Holovox, because first, it's a very well-known product across sport broadcasters. And the plan is really to scale it And many new products will be launched in the future, complementing HoloVox in this media as a service strategy.
Got it. Got it. So more like a baseline. This is going to be one of many that are going to come to market. So Dave, you've been in the cloud for a while. You've been on a lot of these panels and many of these shows. Love for you to talk about what, in your workflow, what's in the cloud, or maybe the better question is what isn't in the cloud. I don't know, but maybe explain to everybody which pieces right now that you're managing are in the cloud.
So we're still on the journey. We've achieved a huge amount. We've got a really good team at Sky. We've been focusing on transitioning and transforming our entire ecosystem. I mean, it's fair to say probably 3 years ago, our entire ecosystem was fairly outdated, and we took the decision to transition to the cloud. We started with our non-linear workflows, working with multitude of different partners in the industry, building it in the cloud. So we have all of our non-linear content workflows. We then started looking and addressing our linear workflows. So we now got 300 channels running in the cloud. From a playout perspective, we do all our encoding, distribution. We launched even DTH stat muxing. We launched at the beginning of the year. We're not too sure where we were first to market on that, or there was another one, we're debating that, but we were very excited. So a lot of it is there. We're now starting to realize that we can do a lot of new propositions off the back of this, so that's now creating extra headache. The business has got quite excited by it. But to answer your question, there's still a lot to address. A lot of our business systems, our scheduling systems, I'm looking at some of those people in the audience, that's what we've got to do next.
So you were saying nonlinear systems is kind of where you started, and, and the why really was because you were ready for a refresh.
Yeah,
exactly. You were ready to start that. And so, we're talking about business transformation here, and, as a systems integrator, so Martin, I'll go back to you. You're dealing with a number of internal partners and internal customers as well as external market-facing customers. As you're looking to what are you using the cloud for? Where do you see the cloud transforming your business? You were talking about scale earlier. Like, how are you seeing that transformation? How is your team going to utilize that cloud for your business transformation?
I think it's not only a business transformation. It's transforming the company from an end-to-end perspective. So, again, from a service provider perspective, everything starts with the sales team.
Yeah.
We sell something. With cloud, we can propose to our customers a new business model, switching from CapEx to OpEx, which is a shift happening in this industry, shifting from acquiring hardware, acquiring space in data centers and so on, and shifting to a renting model, something much more flexible, and going to OpEx, which gives much more flexibility to for us from an investment perspective, and as well from our customers from a buying perspective. From our customers, it's as well a pay-as-you-go model. They don't have to invest large numbers in an infrastructure, in data centers, or just taking more space in their own facilities. It's really about paying for the time they will consume the services we are going to provide to them. So today, HoloVox is exactly based on that model. It's a pay-as-you-go model. Again, it's a remote voice over service. You use it for 2 hours, you pay for 2 hours of usage, and that's it. You don't have to pay for any other licenses. You don't have to acquire any other hardware-based systems, appliances, or whatever. And then the transformation go beyond this. That transform our financial team's mindset, analyzing the AWS invoices, which are pretty dense in terms of detail.
They can be long.
Switching again, reviewing the way we manage our accounts from an investment perspective to using your on-demand services, it's again a shift in the mindset of the people.
Oh.
And in the core of this, it's about our engineering teams and it's about our operations teams that are and will be in the future highly impacted and that are in the core of this transformation.
Awesome. And so those early benefits right now that you're seeing from that cloud and what your customers are seeing from that cloud transformation really is that cost optimization piece. They're only paying for the time that they use, you know,
For sure.
and okay,
For
great. So Dave, you've got some more mature workloads and you know, end-to-end sets of workloads here in the cloud. So love to hear kind of the benefits that you're seeing in being cloud enabled. And what that means to you, your team, and your customers.
I mean, really, there's an endless list of benefits that have come from it. As Martin sort of alluded to, we managed to reduce the total cost of ownership of our platforms by negating the fact to have to continuously reinvest in hardware. That's been a very big component, and then allowing our teams to have the freedom to develop and build platforms at speed, and having the availability of having that capacity unlocked. You know, my previous headaches, and I was only talking about it earlier, is we used to always be talking about how do we get more capacity, how do we buy more hardware. That was a big headache. Then you got long procurement life cycles.
Right.
You had COVID, and then the supply chain gets destroyed, and you have to get acquired. So that's a big thing. Our carbon footprint has significantly reduced.
And that's very important to Sky. I mean, they've got a large climate pledge.
Yeah,
agenda
absolutely.
Here.
And now we're changing even the shape of how we do things and focusing on doing more things as events. So that's allowed us to reduce some of our power footprint by a factor of 10. So there's and just the agility, the speed. I mean, the speed to the market now is just incredible. And I think we're all tripping over ourselves now because we're going so fast, and the business is now getting terribly excited around new propositions that we never imagined would be possible. So we could probably talk for half an hour about.
So I love when you say kind of the business is tripping over itself, right? Because I know as a customer myself, you know, when I first started deploying workloads in the cloud, I made a few fumbles myself, and you know, I could go on and on, but one around. You know, we left accidentally a system running over the weekend and didn't mean to do that, or you know, a long-running query. Whoops, you know, and that caused me when I was on the customer side to build in a lot more automation and being able to spin up, have push button to spin up and spin down. So I'd love to hear, tripping over yourself. If you think back to some of the early days of deploying in the cloud, and I know Martin, you're just kind of new to kind of getting into this, but like. Early days, do you have some lessons learned here that the audience could appreciate or benefit from, and not kind of making those same challenges?
I mean, when I joined the organization, we were doing a lot of cloud deployments, but we were sort of doing it a little bit inconsistently.
Yeah.
And we decided to take the approach of trying to centralize how we deploy and how we manage. And I think that's been quite pivotal to our success. So focusing on how the CI/CD environments work, ensuring that you have security by design at the very beginning, really work with Amazon as a partner and join those dots up and take the lessons learned. Quite often you can take the wrong instance sizes and things like that. We also made our fair share of mistakes. We've moved data and restored data that's cost us a little bit of money. So you need the observability. You need to really be looking at the data patterns and look for anomalies in the architecture, because that quickly identifies, hold on, why are we moving all that data really quickly? Something's gone wrong. And we are still learning a lot around all of this. Yeah. But I think my biggest advice is think carefully at the very beginning around your architecture, how you want your teams to work, and then equally, keep track of all the benefits, because we go so fast, you cannot. Sometimes people say, well, tell me all the benefits we achieved, and we haven't captured it. So that would
and finance is quick to forget all the savings from last year.
incredibly short memory.
Incredibly short memories that are that are going on. And Martin, maybe some early wins on your side. We were talking about that cost optimization for your customers as well. Any other kind of like early areas where you said, gee, I wish I would have done this a little bit differently, and you're launching this new cloud product?
Well, I had the opportunity to make it before in the early stage of my career, so I can share overall my feedback about what does that mean to do a cloud transformation. First, don't be afraid. Many people that do regular on-prem infrastructure, they think that it's the only way to run the business. You may think that it's a challenge going in the cloud, but in fact it's super easy. HoloVox was our first iteration. We started middle of July from an engineering perspective, and we finished a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. So I'm super proud about what the team.
3 months. That's
even
some
less
speed to market, right?
So
there,
in terms of speed of market, it's just amazing, and I'm taking this opportunity to thank you all. Thank all the team and our partners supporting in our transformation, because it was an amazing job, delivered super quickly, in line with the strategy we agreed at the beginning of the year. So again, it's just amazing. So first advice: don't be afraid. It's really affordable, doable, and again, I fully agree with Dave. Please engage with AWS. You guys, you have amazing team. Supporting your customers and bringing all the support that we need every day in order to make this transformation. Then, few other recommendation I would like to share as well is be realistic. So first, be bold, of course, with your strategy. Have a very large plan in terms of transformation, but do baby steps with realistic plan. The goal with your first iteration is to achieve them, to make them successful, to celebrate with your team the success of the first steps. So don't take in consideration a very large product or scope where you could fail and could impact the motivation of your team. And finally, be humble with your organization expertise. Don't think that you can achieve everything by yourself. Please consider taking any recommendation, any help from you guys, and there are a lot of partners that we can engage with and that can bring the right support to accelerate the transformation. Again, the goal is to upscale the expertise in our teams and in our business.
Yeah, and I was going to say that's a really great point on the people side of it, right? So I always think about business transformation as 3 things: people, process, and tooling, right? Tooling, technology. And I think, look, the tooling and technology, I think we've proven is there. So then it goes to kind of change management and that change management process, the people transformation. So I would love to hear from each of you maybe how did you do that? How did your people, take to that transformation? What did you do specifically to kind of help people on that journey? Because, they're used to doing a certain way. Say, don't be afraid, right? They're used to, I know exactly where my space bar is. I know where the buttons, the cables are. I know how to push these buttons. How did you get that people transformation or that change management, over the hump? And I'll take either one of you can start it.
I mean, Martin said it. The cloud's a great playground, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
If the guys, so we set a North Star about what we wanted to do, but we didn't tell them how to do it. So we kind of said, this is what the outcome we're looking for. And with that playground, with success, the guys got confident. But you have to fail first and learn from that, but not be scared, not be afraid to fail. And so all of our teams are very skilled. They may not be necessarily cloud experts yet, but they have kind of organically developed themselves. There's lots of wonderful training that you guys provide. Equally, there's lots of wonderful training that third parties provided. So
Yes.
we have provided that. And actually Amazon in our partnership has been very supportive with providing assistances to upskill. But then also we had partners come in, we've got teams to shadow them. Then we also do lunch and learns, and then the teams that like learn from each other. And now we're starting to do shadowing, so we bring teams in to work with other teams and cross-pollinate. So we're doing numerous different things, but it is a very hard space and takes a long time. And there is not like a vast quantity of the expertise sitting around on the shelf. Like it's hard to come by.
Okay. Well, and hopefully, I'll do a shameless little plug here. Amazon has actually, and AWS has created a media and entertainment badge and a training program for broadcast and direct to consumer. And so, as you said, Amazon has a ton of training. And what we've done is kind of compiled all of what we think you need as either an employer looking for skilled people or as somebody who's looking to get employed. We coalesced kind of all that training together so people could understand how to get end-to-end cloud workflows for media and entertainment space. So I'll put a shameless plug in here for that. But yeah, lots of great training. How about you, Martin? Did you have training for your team? Like, how did they transition to this, or was it not a transition for them?
Very similar to what what Dave has been doing at Sky, but with, of course, a few years of delay. If you guys trust in training, feel free to do training. I don't trust in training. I don't trust in master classes. I don't trust that a software engineer can go in a training for 3 days, and after the training, he or she is an expert. Sorry for that, but I trust in coaching. I trust in coaching our teams, not by myself, but with, as Dave said, with partners that join our teams, are considered as BC employees, mm-hmm. And work very closely with our software engineers, our DevOps, that are just at the beginning of the journey, and are taking the learnings from these partners that we are bringing in the teams, yeah. to bring the expertise, and we are embracing their culture, their expertise. Because again, if in my previous lives we did it by ourselves, it took us 3-4 years to achieve exactly what we want to do in just a few months. So if we want to accelerate, we need help. We must acknowledge, and it's very difficult to acknowledge that you are not an expert on something. And this is why I've been always referring to don't be scared, don't be afraid, but be humble. Be humble about what you can do and accept that you need some support from third parties. And again, I will say one more time, the support my team had from your colleagues across all the Amazon organization was just amazing. From day one to the last minutes before the show, it was really amazing. So we are very proud about this very close partnership with you guys.
Thank you, and thanks for that plug for us. I would say, we listen to our customers as AWS and working backwards from what you are looking for, and so I run a team of solution architects. They come in and help the customer. And what we heard from you is we want solution architects that have years of experience and have done this in the past and done these transformations. And so that's the team that you're talking about that's come in and
exactly,
work closely with you. So I'm going to ask each of you kind of what's next on your cloud journey. You said you've got a ways to go, right? You've just kind of started in your first real production, maybe a quick, and I know we've only got a couple minutes left here, but what's next?
So for us, we're now finding, we built sort of all of these little platforms that do independent user cases. And now what we're finding is opportunities to join these all up to do new propositions. So next year we will launch something that's going to be pretty cool in the market. I can't say more than that. But that is fueled by our platform. So that's one major activity. It's the first time we've had to take my entire engineering group and say, we all need to work together now to try and achieve these outcomes. And then we're really going to start focusing more on the business management systems, the scheduling. I got 3 massive rights and scheduling and planning systems that we need to address, 3 massive monolithic systems in each market, 20 years worth of data in there. It's going to be, I think that's going to be the hardest transformation we've done yet. Wow. I mean, video and the audio has been difficult, but this other stuff's going to be really hard work.
A challenge. Well, and some scaling too, right? You guys are doing master channel origination, which you're showing at your booth.
Yeah.
I think, which is scaling, a broader scaling of what you and your team are doing to the broader organization.
Well, we're certainly now finding opportunities to bring our development to market. We're working with CTS as a partner, a part of Comcast, the Comcast family. And so, we're now selling our playout services and capabilities. We're selling our distribution capabilities as a service. And now we're realizing that there's opportunities to work with other partners and bring other IPR that we're developing internally to market. So I think over the coming years, we might see a lot more of that coming. And just sharing really our capabilities.
That's amazing. Martin, what's up? What's next for you?
So the next things will be driven first by our customers, what they expect from us to be delivered in order to support their business. And secondly, because we want to continue that journey, to make this journey in the cloud, whatever we will do in the future must be software driven, which is again for this industry not fully done yet.
And that's good to get that, hearing it from leadership top down. It's all going to be software.
And by the way, I'm helping you with the next panel, which I saw was about the software-driven broadcast architectures. But
thanks for teeing that up.
I fully trust that this industry I've been working on since 15 years is now embracing the software-driven approach. So that's the 2 things we are considering when it comes to how we are going to make the decision. But basically, what will come for sure is play out. I will quote again Dave at Sky. They deploy a new infrastructure for a new channel in 4 minutes?
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
4 minutes. Okay.
Was he 6 months? Now 4 minutes.
Exactly, and I confirm. Today, if a customer asks us to deploy an on-prem playout infrastructure, we will need few months to receive the hardware, rack it, cable it. I mean, you can imagine all the work we must do to deliver the service. The plan is to be able maybe to do it in 3 minutes. No competition here.
I have some competition going on here.
I will be even happy to make it in 10 minutes. It's just amazing to be able to deploy this kind of complex platforms in half an hour, whatever it will be. So play it for sure. We have a streaming platform. The product is called Freecaster that we want to put very closely in the core of our media as a service strategy. So the OTT business is still very interesting for BC in terms of scaling. Remote production. I'm starting to be very passionate about this topic, about offering virtual remote production services to our customers based in cloud infrastructure. Again, it's something that you have done since many times, but for many people here in this show, it's pretty new, and I trust that it will open a lot of new opportunities for BC. So again, whatever our customers will request us to deliver, and whatever can be software driven, because again, we want to be.
I love it. It plays right into our first leadership principle of being customer obsessed. So, and with that, I am going to thank both of you. We are out of time, and I'm going to let Steve come back up.